Alright, hello. This is going to be Solidworks CSWA practice problem 7.9. If you want to follow along with the video, make sure to follow the link in the description, which will take you to the official Solidworks practice problem database. So let's get started. First of all, make sure units are in MMJS, and then we're going to start a sketch. Yes, we're just going to start a sketch with a revolve in the front plane. So the overall diameter of the entire part is going to be 50. So I'm just going to draw a horizontal line, stretching across like this. I'm going to draw a line up like this. And I guess first of all we'll start with this. So this is going to be like our overall extrude, and then I'll create some more rectangles in here to make the cut, the revolve cut. First of all, let's make sure that the overall diameter is going to be, oh actually, I forgot the most important thing, which is the axis of revolution. Here's your center line, right here. Okay, so let's first establish the overall diameter. The overall diameter is, it's not 50, it's actually 55. The overall diameter is 55. So I'm going to click on the right side, and I'm going to click on the center line, and I'm going to hold and pull down. The whole total diameter is 55, so I will establish it as that. And the height of this initial revolve, if you look in the front view, it's actually not 30, it's 24. The distance from the those kind of pizza slice cuts extrusions at the top to the cylindrical extrusion, the distance is 6, and you get that from detail view B. And so you subtract 6 from 30, and you're left with 24. So the cylindrical part is 24 tall. So that's what we're going to dimension this as, 24 tall. So there's your base cylinder. But then we're going to add some cuts. So I'm going to add a line here. And I'm going to go in a little bit. And I'm going to go back up. Like this. So that's going to be your interior cuts. And then let's see here. Yes, the first cut the first cut layer has a diameter of 47. So I'm going to click on this this line, click on the center line, hold, pull it down, and I'm going to establish that cut diameter as 47. And I'm going to do a similar thing with the other line. So the center hole's diameter is 30, and you get that from the top view, 30 in diameter. So I'm going to click on this line, hold the center line, pull down, and make sure that diameter is 30. And then now I need to find the distance between them. Let me see. The distance between them. Oh yeah, wait, the distance between them, wait, actually, that's weird. What is the distance between them? The distance between them, would it be 6? No, it wouldn't. Oh, I see. Ah, I see. Okay. So if you're looking at the front view, the distance from the top to the bottom of the triangle, or of the square cut, is 12, right? But then if you look at the detail view B, you'll see that the distance between the bottom of that same square that I was just talking about and the distance between that and this line right here, where my cursor is, that distance is 1. Which means, and if the distance from this top line to the very top of the pizza slice cut is 6, then what that means is yeah, if that's 6, that's 6. So then the distance from this top edge to the bottom of the square cut is going to be 6, because we already shaved off a 6, so there's 6 left. But then the distance from the bottom of that same square to this line where my cursor is 1. So what does that mean? So if the square is here, and a square to the bottom of the square to here is 1, then that means from the top to here has to be 5? Is that how that works? Yes. That's how it needs to work. Yes. Okay. So this edge's distance from the top has to be 5. Like this, 5. Okay, there you go. Jeez, they literally made that as hard as humanly possible to understand. But that is going to be 5. Yes, okay. So anyway, from here we can do the revolve. So I'm going to click Feature, Revolve plus Base, and then the center line is already selected as a revolution. So I'm going to only select this contour, since this contour represents what's going to be revolve cut inside. So I'm going to select that. Ooh, actually, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on, what? Wait, if I click Revolve Boss Base, wait, Thin Feature, why is Thin Feature turned on? I do not want Thin Feature turned on. I just want to revolve this. Yes, it should look like this. Yeah, it automatically set Thin Feature to be turned on for some reason. Not sure why. But anyway, it should look like this. As you can see, it's hollow on the inside. 2 different layers. So that's good. Okay. So now we can go on to make our pizza slices. So let's click Sketch and let's click the top face. And then let's create a center line here. So actually, let's create 2 center lines, because I want the circles to be vertically constrained with the origin. So I'm going to create a circle here, just a random circle. I'll actually create a concentric pair. Like this. And then I'm going to mirror these 2 circles onto the other side. Like so. Now the first constraint is that the distance between those 2 centers of these symmetric circles is going to be 37. So that's where we'll start. And we know that the diameter of the inner circle is going to be 5. Now let's add a line that's connected to the outer circle, coincident with the, I guess we'll just call it a donut, coincident with the donut extrusion. And then I'm going to mirror this line, this tangent line, mirror, onto the opposite side, get some symmetry. And then I'm going to add a angle dimension between those two lines as being 100 degrees. 100 degrees. And then the last important detail is we need another tangent relation between this inner circle of the donut and this outer circle of the pizza cut. So I'm going to make these tangent. Tangent. And there, everything is fully defined. Now all you need to do is just mirror these two tangent lines onto the other side. Mirror. So there's your pizza cuts. And you can just trim away the parts that you don't need. But these are not closed contours because these edges aren't filled. So I'll have to use convert entities, and I'll just select the outer circle, convert that, and I'll just trim away the parts I don't need, like this. And boom, you have two closed contours and two pizza slices. So let's extrude those. So feature, extrude by space. They will be extruded upwards by 6. Upwards by 6. So select OK. Well, now then there's, I believe there's chamfers. Yes, there's chamfers on the sides, on like the cross side of these pizza slices. So I'm gonna add those chamfers now. Now add those chamfers because I need to add those chamfers before I make this square cut on the side. And the chamfers are 1 millimeter and 45 degrees. So I'll select here, and same for the other side here. Select OK. Okay. So time for the square cuts. I am going to start a sketch on top of one of the pizza slices. And I'm just going to draw a line connecting from that connects both, that's coincident with the arc on both endpoints. And I can move this line like this. So naturally, because we're on a circle, or because we're on an arc, it's both points are going to be coincident with each other. Or both points are going to be coincident with each other, and both points are going to be symmetric. And the width dimension of this square cut is going to be 10, so I'll make this 10. Oh, never mind. I guess the points are not symmetric, so let me make them symmetric. So I guess I'll vertical center line, control click the point, control click the center line, control click the other point, I'll make those symmetric. So now when I make this 10, it should be symmetric. Yes, okay, there we go. And from here, we're going to proceed with the cuts. So I'm going to go to Features, Extrude Cuts. Here, since we don't have a closed contour, you can actually use the Thin feature, which allows you to essentially kind of extend this line a certain distance in this direction, and then extrude it a depth downwards. So yeah, I can keep it. I can keep it as extruding in this side direction as 10, and then I can keep it as cutting downwards. It will only cut downwards a depth of 12. So I'm going to click 12. See how it changes the downward depth cut. But then if I were to change the square, if I were to change it to like 5, for example, it would make it a little thinner. It's basically just moving this line that I've created here, and so kind of dragging it across the side like this. And it's just kind of finishing the rectangle. By the way, it's the same, so I'm going to click OK. There's your square cuts right there. And then I'm going to... There's supposed to be a circle here. Let's see. From what I'm seeing, the circle... Oh no, there actually is a specific dimension. Oh, I see. So, hold on. I'm gonna click a sketch. I'm gonna click sketch on the square. Let's get our center line. Make it vertical like this. Let's get a circle. Let's make sure its diameter is 4. And then, if you look closely at detail view B, you'll see that the axis that this hole is going to be revolved around, that axis is distance from the bottom of this square cut is 5, which would be the equivalent of saying the distance from center to the bottom of the square is 5. So there's your fully defined hole. Well, obviously you still need to make the cut, so I'm going to go Features, Extrude Cut. And what depth is the hole going to be cut? The hole is going to be cut a depth of 5. So blind cut 5 deep. Select OK. And then I'm going to enable my mirrors, or my planes. And I'm just going to mirror this square cut that we made and the hole that we made. So both of those cuts are going to be mirrored onto the other side. So let's go to Linear Pattern, Mirror. Our mirror plane will be the front plane. And our features to mirror, if I open up my tree, will be this square cut and then the hole cut. See mirrors on the other side, click OK. And see, it's the same exact thing on the other side. Turn off my planes for now. We're just about finished. Yes, the only thing we need to do is get our chamfers. Finish with our chamfers. So I'm going to go chamfers, 1 millimeter, 45 degrees. And it's around this edge, this edge, and then the bottom edge. Select OK. And then we already did the the pizza crust chamfers already. And let's check our answer. So I'm going to evaluate mass properties, and for my volume I am getting 22,104 cubic millimeters for my volume. Again, 22,104 cubic millimeters. So I hope you learned something from this video, and I'll see you in the next one.